What do you think the biggest key is going to be to get you ahead this year with that reserving? Like, what do you do with that reserve?
Yeah. Lawrence, I've never had more clarity, than right now in my life. I'm 38 years old, okay? Been in real estate now, coming up on 14 years, all right? Got 3 kids, 16, 13, 8, and I've been married for close to 20 years.
Congrats on that.
Okay, thank you so much. And I am 5 months alcohol-free.
5 months what?
Alcohol-free.
Congrats on that, man.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Okay? And so to answer your question, 2025 is not only to recoup, right, on the financial side and get a little stability and whatever else, and it's to continue to stay alcohol-free. I think if I can do that, that is my number one goal for 2025. Okay, I would say just like most folks, maybe it starts with just casual and, I'm just with the friends, or it's maybe just, on outings. And, I think what I've appreciated most about it is, how I speak to my family. I've got a lot more patience. I'm not short. I'm not, responsive or reactive, and really enjoying how my relationships are flourishing. So again, this is not a knock on anyone. It's just for myself. I could no longer live with it, right? I got to the point where it was wreaking havoc in my days and weeks. So a lot of folks do it for a lot of different reasons. I see this fad coming on where it's kind of like the new, these non-alcoholic beverages or whatever else. I might be getting off topic here now from your original question, but man, dude, that's at the top of the goal list. And this is why the clarity with, I'm going to skip the seminar this year, because I am a real estate, a personal development junkie. I have been. And it was like, how many times do I need to hear someone to tell me to do this over and over again? Now that I've gotten the space, and by the way, I'm conquering some demons, because I just went to one of those seminars, and it was my first one alcohol-free in 10 years. That was this past September. I took that trip with the guys to Foxwoods. Guess what? I had fun and I didn't need to drink. So I'm gonna have a lot of firsts, right? Just went through my first holiday season, holiday parties, and chose to remain alcohol-free. So this alcohol-free lifestyle, I'm trying it on for size. I've made a commitment to a year. I'm going for it, man.
Nice. I want to stay on that topic for a second.
Sure.
I'm a fan of seeing people reach a breaking point on a certain thing and then realize they need to let it go.
Yeah.
Or basically control it, realize how to properly control it so that
Sure.
they feel like they're them and not that. So what was the first day/week like when you decide? Like your emotions, your family, like what are they seeing and what are you feeling?
Yeah, for sure. And obviously we're going down this personal path, right? And I'll share what I can, but I will tell you that it was after my birthday in July, and I'm just tired, unhappy, and disgusted. I'd use that word. And I knew I had to do something, Lawrence. If I chose to do nothing, then it was going to be more of the same. And I was searching. And, there was this 30-day no alcohol challenge that I did a few years back successfully. And this past year, I almost unsubscribed from their emails, right? And I moved the mouse over it, and then I moved the mouse away. And I was like, just let it come. Just let it come to your inbox. And sure enough, I'm clearing out my email, which I like to do on a regular basis, and there was the email. And it said, hey, we're starting this program, 90 days for entrepreneurs, and blah, 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 blah. And I responded, and I didn't hear back from them in like a few hours, and then I responded again. And I took the call. And they said, hey, we'd like your wife to be on that call. I said, great, no problem. And she was on the call. Now, I'm like, what is this going to cost? And, I'm like, and we're right in the middle of this home renovation, right? We just bought the home, and we just got the news that, hey, your renovation is not going to be $80,000. It's going to be closer to $200,000. I mean, I'm talking about blowing the top off, right? This place was disgusting. I couldn't save anything. And we're on this call, and I'm like, you know what? In my mind, I'm like, if it's $5,000, I might do it, right? And this guy has the audacity to say, now the individual coaching is $50,000. Now, I'm not going to recommend that for you. The 1 year is $25,000, and for the first 90 days, it's $15,000. And this is AFL. You can look them up, right? Alcohol-free lifestyle. And I was like, man, dude, I don't know if I can do this right now. And he said, why do you think it's so expensive? And I said, I didn't say that. did not say that. Sure enough, man, I was like, listen, man, I can hand you $5,000 right now. And I signed up. It was August 4th. I won't forget it. And I went right into the program. And again, it's virtual and it's for entrepreneurs because naturally it's like, it's a pretty penny, dude, And again, this is not a knock on the programs that are local. They all work and to each their own. But I found a second family in that. And it was neuroscience based, okay? Neural pathways and how you can rewire the brain and whatever else. So it was a lot of education. It was hands-on. It was the support. It was the group. I took a liking to it, man, right? Needless to say, here I am 5 months alcohol-free. So big kudos to them, dude. And I feel like I do have a second coach. So now I've got a business coach. Now I've got a lifestyle coach, okay? You ever heard this, Lawrence, right? Hey, invest 10% of your income into your own personal development. Dude, I wrote this down in December. I was like, holy crap, I am. Right? That moment where you look up and you're like, wow, dude. So never begrudge, the money that you spend on your own personal development. So I've got this clarity, man, which is like, you know what? I don't need another personal development seminar. I really like the space that I'm in. Let me sit in it and do some thinking and some writing and try to make some progress that way.
Yeah. So you give them the $5,000, you get into the virtual seminar, like coaching.
Yeah.
How is your wife taking everything? Because I'm sure she's excited about the transition,
Yes.
but like, what is she seeing? Because I'm sure she's encouraging you. Like, what is her process as she's watching you develop?
This is what I'll say. 2 weeks into the program, I've got a dinner, client dinner. Okay, what usually happens at client dinners? Okay, and what might happen after the client dinner is over. Maybe you go and say, well, I'm going to catch the game. Okay, I went there, it was 6:30. I came home, it was 7:45. And dude, let me tell you, she has not hugged me that way in quite a long time. And we kind of looked at each other and we said, holy crap, this is working. It's a shift. That no longer appealed to me, right? There's a change that's happening inside. So that was a beautiful story, kind of in the early onset where we were like, man, we've got a chance with this thing. Yeah.
Now, what do you do on your own time, right? So obviously you're getting the coaching, but like, what are you doing personally to keep your mind in a positive state? Because I'm sure temptation is because you're meeting with clients, you're doing all these things. So how are you keeping yourself like mentally prepared for those exchanges?
Yeah, well, listen, the program, they know what they're doing, right? And so, hey, here's a daily video. Here is Marco Polo, right? Which is kind of like you can send quick videos to one another. So they kind of put you in this pod. Dude, it totally feels like a science experiment. They put you like in this pod, which is just a group, and it's like you and 30 other people. Dude, they're crushing it. There's like a bunch of people like in this 4 of these pods. So you do the math.
Real
quick,
you
right?
got over 120 people there.
Come on now, dude. It's a nice business model, huh? But dude, there are folks just like you around the country, and everyone's sharing a little bit of how they're doing. And we're all kind of building each other up. We're all in it together, trying to get to 90 days. Dude, when I tell you it's like a second family, right? And you don't want to let the other person down. And then there's a daily call, 90-minute call. So you're entrenched. You are entrenched. And you're starting to shift away from, I can't drink, to I get to live alcohol free. And that shift, man, is a beautiful thing.